Guys, how are ya? Good morning.
Good morning.
Don't you have to be in the first one? Okay, but anyway, we're gonna talk about personality styles, and some of the things that you need to know up front is personality styles do not make a difference when it comes to your success. And we all have all four personality styles within us. Some are just higher on the chart than others. So we're going to do this little evaluation, which will help you to see where you're at as we go through the rest of the information. Okay. So what you want to do, flip this over. We all need, is this the button? There we go. Okay, so what? This is a little confusing when you first look at it as you're going down each of the columns. But what you're going to do is just do one at a time, like this. Okay, these are their four. So you're going to pick daring, enthusiastic, predictable, or cautious, and you're going to number them. The strongest one is a 4. The next strongest is a 3, then a 2, then a 1. And you're going to do that for each one of these all the way across, but it goes sideways, not up and down. So it's a little different. You got it?
Yeah.
Or am I the only one that got confused with that? Huh?
Left to right.
Left to right. You just
Okay.
do one at a time. And you just number them 4, 3, 2, 1. Which one of those 4 things is most like you?
When it's most likely you do the higher number or the lower number?
Higher.
Okay.
The one you relate to the most is a 4.
That's what I thought. I just wanted to make
Yep,
sure.
the one you relate to the most is a 4. The one you relate to the least is a 1.
I'll tell you one.
I know you will.
I'm happy to fill that out for you.
Oh dear.
Well, it's quiet. They're thinking. Huh? Now,
I'm gonna have Melissa set here, this chair, she comes in, and I'll set it with.
Where she gets it over there?
who's gonna look at that? No, that's mine. Well, I guess I.
No, I like put a chair next to you.
And this is your blue one, right?
Mhm. Can we move it?
Nope, you don't need to move it at all. Can we put a chair next to Jane, cause when I'm gonna need to sit there when I'm doing my thing, which is next. Cause I'll be sitting down at a computer. Chair next to Jane, yeah. Yeah,
For Melissa.
there's no chairs left. Oh, okay, never mind, that's fine. Let me just see.
Or you can sit
I
here.
could be actually.
You can
sitting
sit here now.
There's a dining room
And
chair.
then
No, I can actually, you know what, I can sit right here and do it. Never mind.
oh, good point. You were pretty close. It's not a
I
lot
just
of
realized.
Pam, she's good.
Pam, never mind. Never mind, I figured it out. With the help from my friends.
Okay, so I have a chair left, but it has the big arcs on it, so.
No, that's
it's not
fine,
a lot
I
of
can
space.
sit actually right here
Okay.
and do it, which is easier. 'cause
We
then I
talked
can
about
actually-
that's not really that much farther than.
Yeah.
I just wanted to make sure we're all comfortable today, because I felt like some people stood and weren't that comfortable.
And we told them.
Yes.
Yeah, then you'll total up each column, and that'll go vertical. As you're totaling, it's vertical. I know, some are harder than others, aren't they?
Video call.
Oh, it rings different when you get a video call? You'd think I'd know that, right?
That's Facebook, even when Messenger is thing. I have different ringtones for certain calls.
Oh. Aren't you fancy?
Well, that tells me if I need to answer that person immediately and stuff. If anybody else, if you playing the Looney Tunes theme songs. Some now calling, it's most of the time spam ones,
Oh.
but that one.
The Looney Tunes?
Mhm.
Melissa, we got a place for you. You get to sit right up front. Do, would you prefer to sit? I don't mind. I can sit there. No, I'm fine. Of course, I don't want to be on it.
Oh, boy.
Oh,
man.
I'm sorry. Where they're in?
In the middle,
Thank you. Which one of those is most like you? You would put a 4. The next one.
I do them all.
You put a 3. And a 2 and then 1.
I've never done this.
I mean, the fact that it's taking you so long might make you a cautious thing.
I'm matching.
Maybe one time it
And
tastes
then
like
D and I.
Well, that's fine, right?
You are. I'm nowhere close to that. That's good. So y'all got them totaled up?
Yeah.
That's way switched.
I know, it's funny, it changes. I mean, you could take it
It
2
does.
weeks from now and it might be different, or a month from now. Kind of depends on what's going on in the world. And then I go through and I go, well, is this business or is this personal?
That is a
Right,
big difference
yes.
too, right? Yeah.
Yes, I'm going with.
And there's no right or wrong answer, and there are a couple sheets left, and of course I can send it to anybody, or Pam will post it or whatever she does. I'm not the techie person. So y'all done? Everybody done? Not quite.
Your
And the
your
mouth
arrow
like-
is just going all over the place.
Oh, is it?
You should use that, instead of using your finger out here, use that as your arrow. If you wanna point to something on the screen, that's your arrow.
Oh, look how fancy that is.
So you don't have to touch the screen.
I like that. Oh, did I touch it? Oh, I did. I got fingerprint on it.
I'm fine with it,
Hi.
somebody else, but
Last one.
Sorry, Jim, I touched the TV.
Sorry.
I didn't know better, but I do now.
I showed her how to use it for you.
That was interesting.
I love you.
You are, Jan, well done, even across. You are, Jan, thank you for done it.
Oh, I texted her.
Hey, Ben.
It was my first time I got it all. And she said, I just needed to hear it from you. Because, you know, I don't do that anymore.
You got it, baby.
I don't want it all.
It's all on your plate right there.
We're pretty close.
I'm done.
That's good. Looking over it.
If you need more time, raise your hand.
This is just like hurtful.
It's hard. I agree. It's not an easy, well, some of you guys whizzed right through it. Whizzed right through it.
Interesting.
Some of us take a little bit longer. And you find it interesting? I find it very interesting. I love this stuff.
Thanks. I feel like you have to go with your gut. Like what words speak the loudest to you?
And how many I scribbled and changed because I did it wrong. I haven't done it for so long. I did it wrong. And that's why I wanted to point that part out.
Oh,
Because I started.
yeah. Left to right. I think that's a good way to try it.
Do what?
No, she keeps answering all the better. She's looking at me.
Did you do your test?
Yes.
Should I have them?
I wrote it here because I have to go so I have to write it here.
Oh.
Oh, we can guess.
You can look.
Let Alan, guess Loretta.
I looked at the road.
Okay, well, I'll go through and explain it, and then we can go through, and who knows each other well, tell me who you think that person is.
Yeah.
How's that? We'll play a little game afterwards. Okay, well, I'm gonna keep rolling.
Gotcha.
So,
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay,
Yeah.
so harmony through understanding personality styles. So by the time I get through this, you guys are going to be able to learn a quick way to identify what someone is, and it will help you in building your relationships. Not even just your customers or your host, but you'll even be able, it'll help you with your family, your spouse, it'll help you with your family. I mean, all of us, even the kids, you know, because you find out where their minds are, and then you can work with them a little differently to make it a little easier. So I'm just going to, we're going to try that in. Okay, so you saw here, we have a lion and, what was that one?
Otter. No, groundhog? Otter.
I can't remember.
It's an otter.
It's an otter.
I got that one too, isn't that the otter?
It's an otter.
Oh, that's a beaver.
It's a beaver?
That's
Oh,
an otter, it's a beaver and that's
you were right.
Golden retriever, an otter.
It's a lion, a beaver, an otter.
A golden retriever.
Lion, beaver, otter, golden retriever. Yeah, we all know the golden thing, right? Well, then I don't need this. All right, that'll be easier, right? Okay. So we're gonna go through all of them. You can please probably get the whole thing or can post it for you. Okay. So first of all, some of you might have placed a little higher in that first category. So I'm going to explain what a D personality is like, and it's DISC. As you're looking through it, just to share a little, the D's get the task moving and progressing. They're faster paced and they're firm in they're okay. I don't want this to sound bad, but kind of like that dictator person that can just go and you do this and you do this and you know that kind of thing.
Delegator, you're a delegator.
Delegator, yeah. Oh, D could be delegator. Yeah, it's a little stronger than just delegating. It's a little stronger than that. Jimmy.
She's always wanted to cry.
Think about it, discipline, drive, determination, think of the D in that sense. Does that help a little bit? So they fear being taken advantage of or losing control. That's what I'm saying. They may overuse their decisiveness and they may appear dominating or aggressive. Does that make sense? So some of you that don't tell us what you are yet, but some of you that might be D's, does that make a little sense in how you work through things? So these are things that D's need to work on, being patient. Yeah. I think that's okay. Slowing down, giving others the chance to act, gauging your risk. So you're kind of thinking, is this going to be a good thing to do or maybe not? You know, balancing all of that out, putting lower emphasis on control. D's follow the rules, the regulations, whatever they're told, that's what they're going to do. They follow that direction. Well, most. And then take flip for you.
Yeah. This is dumb.
For you to influence the D's. So as you find your customers or your family or your hosts, you know, a little bit more like that, you want to influence them by getting to the point. So they don't want to hear your whole story. They just want, tell me what it is. And, you know, it's like,
Bullet points.
help me or get out of my way because here I go. You know, move or get out of my way. Operate with conviction, conscious of time. Oh my gosh, D's, you have to start on time and you need to end on time and you need to just get her done. And don't try to bluff them, just be efficient. Does that make sense? Efficient. So you're faster paced and you're a little bit more on the task side of doing things. So then we'll move over, understanding it. Do it now. What's the point? You know, they've got to get it. Do it now and don't mess with me. I just love that. So the environment, lots of projects, awards on the wall, like to be recognized for their accomplishments. It's not that they just want awards, but they want to be recognized for the achievement side of things. And of course, they're fast paced. We talked about that. They gain security when they get more control of any given situation. Like if you're doing a party and everybody's talking And if you're a D and you want people just to shut up and listen, it's really difficult. And that's something that we all have to work on because it happens to all of us. Or you got the kids knocking over your display, anybody can really, yeah, okay. All right, so they need a climate that responds to them. They need response. They need that feedback, that affirmation. They get so irritated by wasting time. So those of you that are D's, as we started this morning, we're like, wait a minute, we gotta do this, wait a minute, we gotta do that. It's like, oh, just get started, right? Yeah, some of you might be able to relate to that.
Sorry, D's.
You know, just respecting people and developing systems that work for everyone. I know when I was doing rallies and I put together a rally, you've got to relate to every personality style. And when you're doing your parties, you want to relate to every personality style at some point. So, and avoid attacking their character because they don't like that. You know, that's not their thing. Okay, so now we're moving on to the I. I is very outgoing. Do we have anybody outgoing? They tend to be informal in manner, and they talk a lot. Optimistic. They are the ones that can do. It's going to happen. This is the way we're doing it. They're enthusiastic. They're very emotional, and they can be more loud. Not all. It doesn't. I don't think the emotional. It's not a visible emotional. It's inside. Okay, it's inside. It's not visible to see. Of course, they love recognition. They love, you know, to be called and recognized, or, you know, she shared this idea or he shared that idea. So things that they may appear manipulative, but it's not really what they are. But they may feel that. I mean, you may feel they are being manipulative, but they just really want to help. They totally fear social rejection. So if y'all then, you know, share the love and you're an I, you're like feeling like, oh my gosh, what's going to happen? So anyway, spontaneous, yes. They overuse being spontaneous. I can understand that. Okay, so things they can work on. They want to, huh? What, honey?
You feel seen.
Okay, well, things they can work on, listening more, slowing down.
Not interrupting.
Setting priorities. That is a big one for this category. Setting your priorities, what needs to be done first, what maybe should be done second, because an I's just going to want to do what's fun. They're going to do what's fun, what's entertaining, and that's their direction. They need to work on being more organized. Following up and completing tasks. So I's are one that'll have several things going on and nothing is really in. Can you relate? Okay. So to influence them, involve them in the group, provide them recognition for anything. Oh my gosh, your hair looks so great today. You know, they want any kind of recognition, be enthusiastic, and you want to make sure that all the activities are fun and you've got a little fun in there, right? Fun is important in our world. So they trust me, just listen up. They want to be stimulated. They want it to be stimulating and interesting. They want to be able to connect with everyone, and they're going to feel a little in their heart if they feel that somebody didn't like what they were sharing. Right? Provide them with some information. Original, oh, I don't even know how to explain that part. My head just went to a different place. You know, sometimes you just relate to things differently, depending on where you're at in the course of your day. How's your day going? Is it just sailing along, or is it really like, you know, you got obstacles here and there? So getting through every day, and they're very unique. They don't just want the status quo. They're very unique. They want to do things that are fun in their way. And then general strategies, be interested in them, support their dreams, their feelings, their opinions, be sociable, don't hurry the discussion, let them share what they need to share, give them a chance to verbalize, try not to argue or contradict them, because again, that's gonna That's gonna do that feeling thing with them. And I's are not good with details. They just do the framework and then they want to be done. And details are just like somebody else needs to do those. Okay, put it in writing. They also need to just agree on specifics of any kind of arrangement. So this will be, which one is this? The beaver, the otter?
Yeah.
That's the otter. Okay. Now the golden retriever. This is a fun one. The S. So they're the protector. They're the ones that want everybody to feel good. They're the ones that don't want any conflict in their world. They want to be friends with everybody. They just want to be part of the bigger picture. These are the people that keep going inactive, that reactivate, or you got to remind them every month and those kind of things. These are the people that just they want peace. They want everyone to love each other instead of picking and choosing. They just want everybody to be happy. They feel a loss of stability. They overuse possessive or stable. They want everything stable. They don't want the highs and lows. They work differently in temper with. They don't want the highs and lows because we all go through those. They can appear inflexible and non-committal, passive to new ideas and opportunities, things they can work on. And so if you're an S, using directive skills and actions, less focused on what everyone else wants. And this is something, it's not a characteristic, but it's something that an S would need to work on. Learning how to accept things in different ways and negotiating. And to influence them, you're going to cultivate a casual, personal relationship with them, show sincere interest, listen and respond to what they're saying, and develop that trust. That's a big deal with the eyes. That's the S. Yes. A golden retriever. So there you go. Behavior tendencies, pragmatic, a team player or a family person, likes concrete results, give me the bottom line, but they're not as domineering with that. They just want it to be part of it. They're motivated by loyalty. They are so loyal. Again, they'll come to everything. They just want to be part and they want to be loved. They want that extra warmth and attention around them. Their fear is loss of stability, unplanned changes, things like that kind of frustrate them a little bit more. So limitations, possessiveness, and adhere to the code of order, desire for tranquility, limits their ability to act decisively and face difficult situations. That is nail on the head, right? Nail on the head. Hit the nail on the head.
You got it.
So, and here we go with our C's. So I always talked about the C's being the ones that read consumer report before they buy anything. That's always been kind of like the way I'm see. They want the spreadsheets, they want the details, you need to have something in hand. You need to always have something in their hand for them to take home too. They're highly intuitive, they're accurate, they're precise. Like if you need somebody to do it depends on where you're at. But if you, the C's are the ones that are going to handle those details perfectly. And if you've got a list, they're going to follow it exactly. They're more of a cautious thinker. They fear criticism and embarrassment. Oh my gosh, that is huge. That is huge for this category in a C. They may overuse being critical of themselves. I would say of themselves more than others. Tendency to be nitpicky or judgmental. Oh, that's really easy to identify. When you got them in there. So they can appear detached. They want to do their things they can work on. Greater flexibility, putting less emphasis on the unnecessary accuracy. Some things can be generalized and they're not real accepting of generalized. And that's something that they definitely need to work on. They can be more empathetic. There's not a lot of emotion with C's. But that's the way I see it anyway. Reinforcing and involving others more. That's something else that they really need to look at. And to influence them, be correct. be logical in your approach so that it makes sense to them, like A, B, C, D. Zero in on the process or procedure and use well thought out documentation. So just like as what you have there, if you took the time, and some of you, if you're a C, you've already read everything on that form before you filled anything out. Am I right? Do you see a C being that type of person? They read everything on that evaluation before they even put their pen on the paper. So that's the way they work. So zero in process and procedures is well thought out documentation. So that is your beaver. Their strengths, they're analytical, they're self-disciplined, they're industrious, organized, accurate, factual, practical, and weakness would be moody, inflexible, touchy, unsociable, and critical. And that hits the C big time. So we're gonna have a little fun with that. And here we go. So at your parties to engage people, and I wasn't gonna have, I didn't know I was gonna have the screen. So that makes it a little easier if you guys want to write anything down. Of course, we'll get it all for you, right? So involve your host and your guests. So when you see the people that are a little more fast paced and they're looking at their watch, you want to get started for the D's. Give lots of product use ideas. Begin and end the party on time. Be comfortable and confident in your product knowledge. So when you before you go to a party, know you're going to have some D's there and make sure you know what each product is or what the promotions are, because it's going to be an expectation of them. Then the I's, just have fun. Be enthusiastic, hug them, welcome them, involve them if you can, if you're asking questions to them. Well, what would you say to this? That's the way you kind of work through that one. And then the S's, tell your personal story. Like I started Tupperware just to get the discount. I had no intentions of ever even holding a party. None, absolutely none. I was probably, I don't know, I was in for I don't know how long before, it was probably 9 months before I actually even did anything other than, well, no, I did one party. Somebody at church wanted to have a party. And I thought, wow, should I do it or should I give it to someone else? And it's like, well, how hard can it be? I did it. I went to that party. It was Flora Kelly. She lived in a double wide up on a hill in Nokomis, Florida. And she said, okay, everybody's here, you can start. And I said, hi, my name's Jan McDonough. I'm glad that you're here. Thank you, Norma, for having a party today. I mean, I totally did not know what to do. I had been to how many parties of all different kinds, but did I really pay any attention to the flow?
No.
I was there for the fun and relationship. Okay. So that gives you a little idea there. So have fun, involve them when you can. Okay, and then the S, your personal stories. Oh, we did that. Okay, listen carefully, show interest in them so that they feel warm and fuzzy. They want to know that you care about them individually. That's going to make a difference. Talk about the friendships you've built with Tupperware, like having amazing, incredible friends for 30 plus years. That's Tupperware can do that for you and for others. And when you're talking to people about joining, you want to make sure you let them know you're in a company of friends. I mean, it's like, we have a great idea. We can't wait to share it in Tupperware, where others are like, they won't share their secrets. And typically, well, I shouldn't say that. Sometimes it's because they're not doing things according to the way they should be. So anyway, okay, so Steve, hand out recipes. If you do a recipe at a party, you want to make sure that you have the recipe as a handout for all of them. The most important part of that is to make sure your contact information is on that recipe, because every time they pull that recipe out, they're thinking of you again, right? So you want to keep that in front of them. And everybody loves recipes. It doesn't matter. I think I packed 3 or 4 cases of cookbooks. Do I use them?
No.
Oh, I know my favorite recipe. Well, at this point in my life, maybe I did it years ago, but anyway. So hand out recipe. I just think recipes are the easiest, most inexpensive way to share with others. Like, when we have to do all the mailing now because we don't get to hand them out in person, a recipe is so easy to mail, but you can make somebody feel so good writing a little note. And I'm sharing one of my favorite recipes with you because I thank you for being my customer. I thank you for attending the party, or I thank you for hosting the party. Also know the products and their uses. Know the product name. That's going to be important for the C's. Knowing the product by the right name, knowing some of the sizes. And if you don't know, tape it on the product. I'm still using product. I got a spatula out the other day because there's a handful of things that I kept to use because I don't have my own stuff in my kitchen. You know, have you tried to cook in somebody else's kitchen?
No.
Anyway, this spatula, as I was looking at it, I was using it. I'm like, oh my gosh, I had tape. I took a catalog and cut out the item number, description, and price, and I taped it on every single product. And that's what I did, even as a leader.
Yeah.
I did that to help new consultants see it's okay. It's okay. So putting that information right on it just makes it so much easier. And that way, when the C's want to know the details, you've got them. They're right there in front of you. And you can also say, if you're at a physical party, you can say, and while I pass this around, take a look at it, touch it, feel it, see how it works. And if you want to just copy it down to your order form, I used to use shopping, where I just say circle the item number. But if it's something you might be interested in, go ahead and put it on your order form. Then when we close out, we can determine what your most immediate needs are, right? So that's going to help you. All right. Moving on. Challenge and controlling. Who's that? Which category is challenging and controlling? D's, right? Absolutely. How about who likes the fun and the chaos of the world? That's our otter, right? And over here we've got our little beaver, and the beaver likes order and structure. What category is that? C, right? And then we're over here, harmony, helper. These are the greatest people to pass out. Like if you do an auction party, to pass out the money for you and those kind of things. The D or the S's really want to be part of it, but they're not a strong part of it. But they're doing something that's important for you, and that makes them feel special. You want to roll in that direction. So here's what I call the fast way. There's an extrovert and an introvert. Most people that you meet are in that category. And then there's task focused and people focused. So tasks and people make a lot of sense. I often say fast paced, slower paced. And not that any one is right or wrong. I mean, because we all have all of them, but you know you're dominant. So if you're a little slower paced, that would be like which categories? I'm going to just say who knows? Give out a ticket. Who knows?
Get on that.
Who knows which ones are? I should mark that. Yeah. Who is fast paced? Anybody here fast paced? Who's slow paced? Or not necessarily slow paced, but a little bit. Okay. So we all have all of them. And then task oriented. What categories are those? So who can raise their hand and tell me who is in the task? Which two are task oriented?
Lion and the beaver.
Which are?
The lion and the beavers.
The lion and the beaver. With the D-I-S-C.
B and the C.
The D and the C.
DC. Absolutely. They're all about tasks. Then you get over to the people, and thinking about the I's are the sociable, right? They want to have fun. They want to be with everybody. And the S's are the warm fuzzy. They need the hugs. They need to be acknowledged and be a part of it. So, and that is, I just told you, didn't I? The I and the S. So sorry. The I and the S. Because here's the way I look at it. This is another quick version. Okay, we're on an elevator, right? We're on an elevator. And the D is the one, I was gonna ask you, shoot. I already told you. The D is the one pushing the button, waiting for it to close because they're fast paced and they need it done now, right? Okay. Now there's one that'll just say, oh, come on, we've got room. Let's move. Come on. Which category is that? Who wants to invite everybody on? Yes. Okay, and then who wants to, somebody says, oh my gosh, I just love that outfit. I love that shirt. Where did you get that? Again, more fuzzy. And then, the Cs, what are the Cs doing?
Counting how many people are in an elevator.
They are, they're calculating, they're looking at the sign and they're calculating how many people and what the weight capacity is, because that's the way they think. And so that's kind of the fast-paced way, the easiest way. So you just determine, are they fast-paced? Are they moving through things? Or are they slower paced, where they just take their time and it'll get done when it gets done?
What about the people who get on the elevator and they forget to push the button and they just stand there for 5 minutes and then.
Then you wanna choke them and say, get out.
So what personality style is forgets to push the button? That's pretty easy one, nice. So don't see that eyes like that.
Whatever.
So and these are your
people.
and who gets things done when you give them a task? Who actually gets it done, or who kind of starts it but never finishes the project, right? So we've all got all of these personality styles in us. It's just a matter of which one relating to everyone. So when you're doing a meeting, you gotta have some fun for the eyes, or if you're doing a party, you gotta have some fun for the eyes. You gotta have something for their hand for the C's, detail, something to back you up, something black and white to back up what you are sharing. The D's just want you to get the information out and let me move on, right? And what was the other one? Oh, S, they're your door prize people. They're gonna give out tickets and they just want to be cared about. They just want to love, and they don't like confrontation. So let me give you another example. People ask my husband, well, which personality style are you? His answer is, well, which one do you think I am? So what does that say? Which one do you think I am? That's more the S. That's more the S. Because they want everybody to be happy. They don't want to say they're this or that if it's going to make somebody else uncomfortable. Right?
They don't wanna say you're wrong.
Right, absolutely. Yeah, they don't want to say you're wrong.
I have a question for you. What personality Googles something when you say something and he Googles it they Google it to see if you're accurate, or what personality pulls up a picture from 15 years ago to show you?
The gym personality.
Oh, you're talking about to prove something, not just there.
It's great, and sometimes it's good. Just like yesterday, he pulled up the Norway picture so that I could show you guys, because I had talked about it, and here he is Googling it and going through his pictures and finding it. But he'll Google everything, which sometimes is fun and sometimes is
Not as fun.
I'm with you, Jim.
yeah, you do too. I will tell you, it's a huge. Every personality has its strengths that add so much to a friendship, or to a business, or to a a room, and every personality has its every one of them. Like, I love these because I really like somebody that helps me get things done.
And keeps you on task.
Yeah, keeps you on task enough to get things done. But I also love the eye because the eye's fun. And they bring fun to the party at any time. I love the C because the C will, they like structure, and they like, to really kind of, put the paperwork together or whatever, put the outline together, but they also, I love an S because an S is always fun to,
They're always warm and
they're
fuzzy.
kind, they're usually,
No confrontation. That's a
Right.
big one to me.
yeah,
That's what tells me that my
they're not the
husband.
drama people.
Right. We all have all four. So just Brian's high S is his highest. And what do you want me to be? What do you think I am? That is the way he goes. You just said something that made me think of, what did you just say?
I don't know.
That last thing.
Why I love different people.
Yeah.
I think everything together, when you have a room full of people, you've got all those personalities, when you can build a team with that personality trait and use their strength to be, in that team to make everybody better. And that's what we do at Champion. Absolutely what we do at Champion. We take the strength of different people. Even yesterday, I commend you Loretta for not pushing Nikki, because Nikki was out of her comfort zone, and it's very important to respect that. At the same time, we wanted everybody to do it, but we are going to respect you. And I commend you for that, because you did the right thing.
Awesome. Okay, so you guys already figured out each other.
Expectation out of her, because when you said, so you'll do the building then, you know, and you gave her what
Yes.
was her expertise.
Yes,
So
exactly.
that was-
Let's grow where we're planted
Yeah.
and use our strengths together to make all of us better.
Absolutely. So with all that said, and I know you haven't spent a lot of time with me, but it's not real hard to figure out.
I don't know, you're wearing this bright.
Okay, so when I first took the test, I was an eye off the chart because they used to have a graph that we put everything on, and they were all clustered. The other three were clustered in the middle.
Oh, yeah.
And then I became a business leader or distributor back then. And it was what, maybe 3 years. And I moved to a stronger personality style for what I needed to do as a leader, which was D. Mhm. So I still have my D's. I mean, actually, when I did the test, my I and D were the very same. And then my S and C were the very same, but they're very low. Very low. So the couple of you that know each other. So you already told me what's Pam?
Depends on the day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very true.
That is very true. She has them all. Yeah, she has.
And
they
we
ride.
all have all
Yeah.
them.
Yeah,
Some
they
of
ride.
us are just stronger in some than others.
Yeah.
But yes, you're right.
It depends on the day, the task, like
What's
what's
going
at
on?
hand, yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So if you're out hanging out by the fire at night, what personality style does that bring to Pam?
It brings more of the S out.
That
Yeah.
goes with
Yeah,
S.
she's like, do you want popcorn? Does anybody need anything? What can I do? Yeah, that's the S in me. Yeah, for sure.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah.
And when we're doing these kind of things, what personality style is she working a little bit more with?
D.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah.
So she's an and she's a blast. I mean, we've traveled. We've traveled. When we had that Europe trip that she mentioned, where we mentioned this on the Zoom, I think.
Oh my God.
We stopped at we were in Austria, maybe.
Jim says Italy, but I don't remember. I thought we were.
It could have been. I don't even
Where was
remember.
Jim?
Okay, first thing.
Top of the autostrada, so it was Italy.
Okay, Italy. Whatever you
See?
say is right.
Yeah.
No,
Jimmy, I love you.
depending on me, my ability to recall
You
information.
recall. Okay, good. Well, that worked.
That we
It's
trust.
always
So-
right, unless it's contrary to things.
So we went in this rest stop. We had to get gas, and we went in, and Pam and I went to the restroom, and you had to go through one of those carousel things, to go to the bathroom, and you had to pay 50 cents and you get a ticket. So we had this
Go to the
ticket.
bath? Yeah.
Yes, yes.
Okay, I'm
Yes.
sorry.
Seriously,
distracted.
it was a
You're thinking, I'm like,
turnstile thing.
Yeah.
And you had to put 50 cents in, and then you got a ticket. Then you could go through it unlocked, and so you could go through and go to the bathroom. So we're in the bathroom and we're still trying to figure out what the ticket's for. Okay, well, maybe it's not in here, maybe it's to get back out, because that's how we got in, right?
Yeah.
So then we're looking around, we're trying to find some place to put the ticket on the out. And we're like, and Pam and I were so frustrated.
Yeah. We're
And-
standing there, this whole gate thing.
was
We're
like
like
10
so
minutes,
frustrated.
seriously.
We're like, oh my God.
And some guy comes up to us and he goes, "Boosh." All you had to do was push and you could walk right out. We didn't go right out. We thought the ticket was gonna get us.
But we stood there for 10 minutes.
We didn't show our heads. We're waiting to see somebody else. Somebody else came out. We couldn't figure out how to get out. Wait.
And there's nothing English. Everything was written
Oh,
all
yeah.
over the place.
No
We couldn't-
English.
They're like idiots, and we're like, we don't know what we do, what we do. We're
So just so
we're
you
old.
know, so the people that are detailed need to know, that ticket was, if you bought something in the store, you got your 50 cents back.
Yeah.
They took 50 cents.
Oh.
That's what the ticket was. Yeah, listen.
Yeah.
Remember-
No,
Oh,
that's how
God.
they keep their bathrooms clean and keep the riffraff out of their bathrooms. You have to pay to go to the bathroom, and then you get a ticket that you actually get credit when you go shopping and you get yourself a pop or whatever. You get that money back. And it's a brilliant idea, to be honest with you,
Okay.
because, yeah.
So I'll be.
I do that automatically. If I stop somewhere at a gas station and I go to the bathroom there, I buy something just because I
Right.
feel bad.
That's very S of you.
There's some of the, well, and we know we're taking a trip with Pam, right? And we've got to rent a vehicle. So, Pam doesn't just take one suitcase. Has anybody traveled with Pam?
Suitcase for products.
Now, all of us who have been, now we all know.
So we had this huge, we called it the family truckster. And we had this huge van, and then we went into a parking garage. And we're in this garage and we're going around and going click, 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 click. And none of us could figure out what was the click, 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 click. We weren't going over anything. We couldn't figure out, was there something wrong with the car, whatever. Well, most people have smaller vehicles there. And as we went through the parking garage, there were the cement, the concrete beams that came down. And all it was the antenna tapping them as we went. But we were struggling to figure out what it was. And then some of you might have heard about Big Ben. Jimmy was driving at that time, and we're in one of those
Traffic, sir.
yeah, they had a roundabout. Thank you. Yes, I couldn't remember the name. Roundabout. And you get in the roundabout, you watch where you go. If you've been, you have roundabouts where you live.
Yes,
Because I know they're becoming more prominent now.
Around here.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I knew him. I learned him as roundabouts. Anyway, it was a big truck, big thing that we were in, and he couldn't get over because it was so busy and there's so many people, there's so many cars, and he couldn't get over. And we every time we went around, hey, there's Big Ben. We went around again. There's Big Ben. Went around again. There's Big Ben. So we made fun, but it was just a matter of getting that big vehicle over into the outside lane. And there were like 3 or 4 lanes that went around. So it wasn't an easy task, but we finally got there. So anyway, we've had so much fun traveling together.
Absolutely.
So, so tell me a couple of you that, that know each other that you can identify on. Bonnie, what personality style is Stephanie?
Oh, she's an I. But she can also be a D because she is very good at organizing, getting things going, but she has a really strong S because she wants everyone to be included. She wants everyone to be happy. She is a very well-rounded person. It all depends on the situation, on what her personality style is, but overall she is an I.
So Stephanie, what is Bonnie?
She's an I. And she's a D. And she's probably an S too.
Jimmy, what am I? Jimmy?
Yeah.
Perfect, you're perfect. That's
Yeah, Jenny, what is Pam?
perfect.
Good idea, good idea.
I was waiting for him to answer because usually he tells me, where's the B? You're a B. That's it.
That's a good one. Just when Bonnie talked about Stephanie being so well-rounded, I just want to tell you, her first column is 20, the next one is 18, the next one's 18, and the next one's 14. So she is very well-rounded, where mine were quite different. Some of you might have experienced that as well. Did you have a question?
Oh, no, I'm supposed to talk about her.
Okay, go ahead. What is she?
She's a high eye, cause she loves to be a influencer, cause she can't go out there, she just loves to chat. So I call her Chatty Cathy, just so y'all know.
Yeah.
And she doesn't talk to anybody, she's a hugger, and she's definitely an S, cause she loves to help.
Yeah.
Cause if y'all notice, she brings me, it gets me where I need to be.
Right.
So I love that
Yeah.
about her.
Well, actually, eyes are really good to have in the business because they like to demonstrate. They
Yeah.
like to do parties. They like to, that is fun for them. Their weaknesses, they don't follow through all the time. So it's nice if you can pull up that C, D, to pull up, to do the follow through. So,
Yeah.
yay, we're glad you're not.
She's definitely a social.
Okay,
social brother.
who else wants to do this? Kim, what is Kathy? Kathy, what is Kim?
I think so too.
Kathy's an I.
Kathy, did you come out an I?
Yeah, I did.
All right then, yay. Yeah, good job, good job. Yes. Hey.
You an S.
And Kathy, what was Kim?
I would say an S. Yeah.
Yeah, all right. Who wants to guess, what's Jenny? Who wants to guess Jenny?
S.
S? What did you say? You say S?
Yes.
What do you say? S? What do you say?
It really depends on the situation.
It does depend on the situation.
Sean says, I think you have a really strong D, but you're also very much an S.
I think she's strong S.
But you are lots of fun.
She's more than
Anybody wanna guess what Jenny is? Yeah.
I think Jenny with her personality style, I think Jenny is the highest with, I feel like it's an I, because every time
Right.
I'm around her, I
Right.
just have so
Okay,
much
what'd you
fun.
come out?
So my highest was an S, and then an I, but my absolute low, like way lower than everything else was B.
Really?
What?
Because you're so. But
So it,
also clean.
so it says that she's not,
Yeah.
she's
Yeah.
not
B is
overly
always my
fast
rock
paced,
bottom.
but if she's got a task,
Yeah,
she's
it
gonna get it done.
But that doesn't mean I'm late.
No.
Okay.
So what'd you come out? Just share what you are.
My highest was C at 24 and then S at 23.
Wow.
And I had barely double digits on the D and the I.
Yeah.
Wow.
All right, what did you came out an I, an ID.
An ID, yeah.
ID.
An ID.
Welcome to my world. That's why I like you.
An
There's nothing to do with it.
Yes,
Yeah.
okay. What'd you come out, babe?
I'm an I and S.
I and an S? Here.
That's what I figured Nicole was. And I.
Yes.
What'd you come out, Doc?
I'm same digits as a D and a I.
Yeah,
Right,
yeah, same number.
same number.
Wow, I love that.
Ever.
What was your lowest number? Wow.
Whoa.
My
That means you're softening and getting warmer in your.
my S was the
elevator.
next one.
Because it used to always be I, then it used to be, and now it came out.
Great introvert.
So you're well rounded.
The grandkids, the grandkids, Bonnie.
We got you.
Sorry.
Parent,
Sorry,
also
what'd you
your
come out?
family dynamic.
It's your parent.
Hi.
That is so clear.
Yeah.
Iron S.
Oh, okay.
Is she an iron S?
Can talk high. What'd you come out?
What was Carrie? I missed it.
Okay, what's your second?
Oh, and then it was kind of close on the S and the D. It was kind of close. So
S and the
if I had to lean towards anything, I probably lean more to S. All right.
You're so I. You're I. Okay.
S and C.
Yes.
Oh, that is.
Oh,
Yeah. Go on the head. You all don't know, Alan, that's really who.
What's that?
D.
A C?
E.
A C?
I see.
Okay, awesome.
What was your second, Pam?
Well, I had 2 seconds.
2 seconds.
I have 2 16s. I was 16, 16, 12, and C. I mean 22.
Oh, okay, so
Wow.
what were your 216?
Z.
the number D and I. So, what did you come out?
I come out with an I in the second C.
I see, okay.
Interesting.
That's weird when it's off a bit like that.
Well,
Yeah,
it is,
yeah,
because you
yeah.
got the,
Yeah.
So remember,
Like
just
each
make
other.
a cross and think about who is faster paced, who's a little slower, who's all focused on getting the task done and getting it done now, or getting it done eventually. And then the people person, who's the hugger, who's the first one at the front door, who's the one that wants to greet you, as soon as each person comes in. That's your eye. So it's
Yeah.
fast paced, slow paced, people oriented, task oriented is the easiest way to evaluate that. And that's going to help you to relate to more people and build your relationships a little bit stronger.
Well, know what people don't like, and study that part of it, and then think to yourself, is she fast paced or slow paced? And you're like, okay, she's fast paced, or okay, she's slow paced. Is she people or tasks? And that's kind of a harder judgment of whether they're people or tasks, but it will help you to think about your conversations with them. And so if a host calls and says, hey, I just wanted to give you give you detail that you can park in my driveway because we're going to have it cleared out so you can pull up your stuff. And also, what time are you gonna get here? she's a D, she's controlling, she wants to know details, she's telling you what to do. And so, you know, you might take that as an S because she's caring, but it's her directness. And so if they're super direct, that is, yeah. So there's nothing wrong with doing a Tupperware party with a D. A D can have $1,000 party easy. So an I, you're lucky if the party holds. Because they don't follow through. They think they'll do it. They're the ones that go through the show and they've got a glass of wine with 3 girlfriends. Yeah, we have a party. Yeah, well, yeah. It's not the alcohol, it's your personality. But it's okay. And if you don't keep them engaged and remind them regularly of how much fun we're gonna have, you're not gonna have a party, all right? And you get their girlfriends to make them commit, all right? And so that's how you get that through with that. What did you come out this time?
Pretty even across the board. D and I were 18, and then the S was a 17, and my C was a 19.
All right, cool. And
I was high, but my D and S were even.
okay,
Wow. So what I want to know now is tell me one thing you learned from this exercise. One thing that was like, I'm sorry, where was that? Was that you?
Myself.
You need to work on yourself.
Yeah.
I would say not necessarily.
How did that come out? There's nothing to work on because
that's
yeah,
what
none
this is
of that
about.
is
Well, no, if I understand that the I in me needs to one not be offended by the personality.
Right.
Oh.
Yes.
Okay, yeah. And then the second thing is that my weakness is the follow.
Yeah, that's
and the
good.
follow
Okay,
up.
you get a ticket for that.
So
You don't want you to think there's anything wrong with you.
okay. Stephanie's hand is next.
Okay.
Yeah. Well,
But that's a different explanation.
Right, exactly. I think
I like that.
Okay, shut up by now. It's Stephanie's turn.
What was Kim at that moment?
I'm kidding. You know it. I love you.
Okay, Stephanie.
I'm in the high I area frequently, and like my job forces me to be in the D, but sometimes I need a little extra bonus, which is where that is my accountability partner who says, I shouldn't say that. Bonnie is my accountability partner, like, hey, did you do this? Like, even in the car on the way here, she's like, did you do this? Did you do this?
Yeah.
Like, and I still haven't done either one of the things she told me to do.
That she agreed she should do, not just me telling her.
Right,
Yeah,
but you both still love each other, despite the differences and despite the fact she hasn't done it.
That's
You know
really
her.
good for me because she's like, you achieved, this or that. Now you need to celebrate it. Like, give yourself a break. Take a minute. She's really good for me.
Oh, love it. Okay,
That's
Nicole.
precious.
I really learned that I was an introvert and very slow paced when I need to be more consistent and come out of my zone and be an extrovert. And I already thought I was an extrovert because I'm not really shy.
No, you're
But
not.
I see from the lesson that, okay, you need to be consistent and come on up out this comfort zone if you want to get to that money and to the levels. That's what I'm just saying.
That's possible, but don't fault yourself. Don't look at it as I need to pull this one up or I need to do that. Because we all have all 4 of them, and there's different times depending on what we're doing, which one we need to pull up and do a little bit more. But that doesn't mean you need to change anything.
Well,
You're absolutely awesome the way you are.
I think
You just know now how to work with other people better.
I think it's really important that you don't use this about you. You need to know who you are, but really this is about how can I serve and how can I use this information to better cater to my customer and my team. And so I don't offend them. Like my husband, he absolutely hates change. He's a C. And you don't say, okay, you know what? We're not going to do that today. We're going to do this. You don't do that. That's like, whoa,
And
And
if
so,
something big, you might want to give them a C.
yeah,
heads
you
up.
can plan ahead for him and he's fine. But you do not spring things on him. He is not spontaneous.
I
And-
think that's what it was yesterday when Loretta said everybody was going to do it. But I came out my comfort zone and did it. But the other Nikki was
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
And she did it without pushing. So which makes
Yeah,
okay.
a strong C
You know,
cannot be
so
changed.
yeah,
You
that
cannot
makes
spring
sense.
on them.
Yeah.
You cannot change them, and
Yeah.
it's offensive to them. So accept them.
And where they are.
This makes me a better leader when I'm thinking to myself, well, she's a C. I just need to back off, you know? And it's okay for her. I want C's in my company because they really do help. Like, Vicky is amazing.
Oh, you
With
need
all the
all
details
four
she
on
does.
your team?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fine,
Yeah.
really.
All right.
Okay, Ellen.
I love this training. I've had it so many times, and I always enjoy it because it's just that reminder of how to treat other people. Because I
Right.
mean, it says what the golden rule is: treat people the way you want to be treated. But the platinum rule is to treat people the way
They want to be treated.
And this is literally the roadmap of how people want to be treated when you can figure out what their personality is. And the first time I did this, I was like, it helped me understand at the time, you know, my father and I would butt heads, and it helped me understand, like, oh, he's a big old C. Like, this is like who he is. And it just like, and then I was like, this all makes complete sense to me. And I was able to just let go of it.
Yeah.
You know, and it wasn't like he wasn't going to change. I wasn't going to change, but it stopped being an issue, you know,
Right.
and it helped me be able to communicate with my kids better. And even James, it's so funny because, you know, James doesn't like to change either. And so when I tell him, like, hey, by the way, don't forget you're serving at mass today, he goes, thanks for letting me know. Thanks for reminding me. He always thanks me when I give him a heads up on things, and it just makes me laugh because he always says, oh, thanks for letting me. We're having hamburgers for dinner. Oh, thanks for letting me know. Like that, like he's reinforcing my behavior. You know what I mean? But that's the little things. And so when we have those team members, you know, and so we can do the same thing for them and be able to treat them that way, the way that they want to be treated. And I remember going, and like each time I it's just that refresher, and it always somebody else pops in my brain. And I remember one year listening to this when we went through it, and my sister popped in my brain, and I remember like thinking about it, and I called Pam the next day, and I was like, so if my sister's an S, why does she snap at people? Like, I would hear her snap at her husband, and I'm like, why does she snap at her husband if she's this S person that's supposed to be so loving and sweet? And Pam said, because she feels unappreciated by him. And I was like, oh, like it was just, you know, it's these little
The light bulb goes off.
yeah. And I was just like, oh my gosh, okay, so S personalities, when they're not feeling that appreciation thing. So that was another, like, because you can see it in different, once you know their personality, you can almost like kind of study these little things they do. And when you see them acting in a way that's outside of that personality, you're like, why are they being triggered? What's triggering that? And then it helps you even understand that S personality more. So when I have somebody like that on my team and they start behaving that way, I'm like, okay, they're feeling underappreciated. How can I appreciate them? You know, and it just goes so deep. And so every time I hear it again, there's always somebody else that pops in my brain. I'm like, oh, okay, so maybe.
And when you
that's why
get
they're
used to
doing that.
this, you don't even think
Right.
about it. It just naturally starts happening.
Yeah.
That you're catering to that personality because you recognize that she is an S, she is a D, she is a C,
You can
and
shift.
yeah,
Yeah.
and you shift how you're going to respond to them, knowing that
Yeah.
they love this, they don't like this.
Right.
But every single time you get ready to do a party or a team meeting, whatever you are in your leadership position, remember you want to cater to every personality so that you're making sure you're prepared for what you walk into. Okay. And I will tell you something else that's very interesting. The stronger the leader, the stronger the numbers go straight across the balance. So as you're perfecting your leadership skills, your balance will be straight across, closer and closer straight across.
And there's 2 pages, you know, all the things we went through. What do they fear? What do they overuse? They may appear this way. I always loved, there was one that when you're under stress.
Yeah.
I can find that one. I'll print that for you. Like, I was always a high I off the chart, but when I'm under stress, what do I change into? A D.
Yeah.
Mhm. Because I'm just
Pam
out here
Callahan
floating
does.
around.
Pam Callahan goes into a really high D when she's under stress.
Yeah.
And I'm likely to snap.
You do.
I really do.
I'm likely to snap at you. It's not good.
We're doing this.
Yeah. This is the way it's happening.
So large and in control, right? Strong and
Right,
control.
right.
Then we've got having some fun and being part of the party. Then we've got our, let's just get everybody together, make everything warm and fuzzy. And then we've got our, oh no, that's the warm and fuzzy. This is the detail.
Yeah, that's
That's the
together.
detail.
Get it
The,
done.
the,
Those are
Beaver.
just think of those are switched for the pictures are switched right there. That's driving me crazy.
is that what's bothering you?
Yeah.
So yeah, this is warm and fuzzy and I know this is bothering you.
Yeah, DICS, but it's really what they do is DISC
Yeah.
in this training. So they don't go back and then.
But the otter and the beaver need to be switched in this picture right here.
Well, depending on how you're working. with it.
D.
I.
You've got-
D coming out here.
Let me-
Oh, it's a golden retriever.
This is,
Yes.
this is people oriented. No, it's not. This is people oriented. This is task oriented. So you're right. That is why it looks flip flop.
Yeah,
Anyway,
think
that's
of
my.
a beaver, they're just busy building their dam all the time. Build that dam, build that dam, build that.
beaver.
And that's a beaver. The lion is in charge, large in charge, he's king. Think of them as a, the control, but also, very caring. Lions care about their lions. They're protective over their cubs and they're really like that, but very caring. Let's give Jan a big hand.
I don't, the cheat sheet that I have for you is not in, I can't find it. It's in there, but I can't find it. So
Okay,
when
I have
find
it. I think I have it
Okay.
in my laptop.
All right, cool.
I was on my phone looking for it. I have part of it already. But I don't have this PowerPoint, so
Okay.
I have a PowerPoint, but it's not this exact one.
Okay.
But I'll go switch.